And we just laughed. Oh, is he coming back?
Yeah. Ties.
Mark, hopefully they get him. Yes,
Kitty cat.
yeah, I'm good. Ready? 26 town, Cambridge City Town Council meeting, and we'll start with a pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's okay. Carol, you'll do the roll.
Jim McLean,
Present.
Mike Amy, Debbie Gilman here, Gary Cole,
Here.
Jim King.
Here.
Welcome, everybody.
And has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from,
We have 2 sets.
Yeah.
what was last monthly meeting?
April 13th and May 6th.
Start with April 13th.
I'll make a motion, we accept.
We have a
April
motion.
13th, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I was trying to find the date.
We have a motion and a second to accept the minutes from April 13th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
And flip it over on May 6th.
I'll make a motion, we accept the 6th.
Motion and a second to accept the the meeting minutes from May 6th. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's passed. And then you should have reviewed the claims in front of you.
I'll make a motion to accept the claims.
Have a motion and a second to accept the claims as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And then the financials are in front of you as well.
I'll make that motion as well.
Have a motion and a second to accept the financials for a month. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Awesome. Okay. There you go.
That out of the way, there's no public hearing today, and we'll move on to guests. Starting with, we started with,
I thought,
You just do the minutes?
yeah,
Because I did have a clarification in the minutes.
okay,
When you were talking about the approval of that ordinance for the new rates for trash, made reference to the Rumpke contract, kind of got confusing. The Rumpke contract had been approved the month before. This was to approve the rates that customers are going to be paying. And it's not just for 1 year, it's for 5 years. So I just want that clarification. Very good.
still noted.
yeah,
We need to amend that motion then.
yeah, let's do, let's make
Okay.
that.
And then the motion for the minutes of.
I'm not sure.
That was the April 13th meeting.
Yep.
For the April 13th meeting.
A motion and a second to amend those minutes from April 13th meeting, as noted by Bob. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. Thank you, Bob. Cambridge City Crime Watch. Who's handling that? You doing that?
You,
Well, I'm just reading this.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the
Hey,
National Police Week.
Cambridge City Neighborhood Crime Watch recognizes Cambridge City Police. Whereas it is designated May 10th through May 16th, 2024 as National Police Week, and whereas the members of the Cambridge City Police Department, including our SROs and K9, play an essential role in safeguarding the citizens of Cambridge City and the surrounding community, and whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the issues, duties, and responsibilities of their law enforcement agencies, and that members of these departments recognize their duty to serve and protect the people by safeguarding life and property and protecting them against violence or disorder, deception, oppression, or intimidation. And whereas the members of our community's law enforcement have grown to be modern and unceasingly providing a vital public service. Therefore, the Cambridge City Neighborhood Crime Watch calls upon all citizens of Cambridge City, Indiana, to observe the week of May 10th to May 16th, 2026 as Police Week. Cambridge City Neighborhood Crime Watch thanks the Cambridge City Police Department and will provide gift certificates and a snack basket for the department to enjoy. We encourage others to show their appreciation during this week of May. Thank you, the Cambridge City Neighborhood Crime Watch.
Very good.
They did indeed provide snacks.
They did.
Very grateful.
Very,
Yes.
very nice.
Two sides.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Gary. Next up, Troy Lewis from Western Wayne Alliance.
So just a clarification, so you know, we're still working on combining our two groups officially legally, but we are working under that same umbrella for the Cambridge City Main Street and the Cambridge City Greater Area Chamber of Commerce. So it's my first capacity really to kind of represent that outside of the kickoff that we just did for the park. I'm coming here tonight to ask a request to amend our farmers market schedule. We had requested and been approved for a start date on Saturday, June 20th. We would like, after talking to our vendors, to move that to Saturday, June 6th and the 13th. So 2 weeks earlier if we could.
I have the 6th and the 13th.
Correct.
Is there any more conversation on that? I do have a couple of questions. So
Sure.
will other providers be allowed if they want to come in? Is that
What other providers?
just anything, like somebody wants to put a beer tent there or whatever? No, it's not your issue, I realize. It's more a question to the board. Is that an exclusive?
Well, I don't know if it's,
I don't know why we
but
want
asking if they could sell t-shirts, so we didn't know.
Yeah, so that would be things that would be. So it's my wife and I, Dion, are the ones that run the farmers market, and we have guides. Our guidelines, then we would encourage anybody to participate in our farmers market.
So where, do you have copies of
We
guidelines
do.
for us?
I can get you copies of those. I don't have them with me tonight. Yeah, correct.
So as many as possible.
Yeah, as many as possible, but we want to be, so what's different about a farmer's market than a bazaar or any other Saturday that we have is that we truly go for, you have to grow the item
Oh, okay.
that you're doing from a produce standpoint. You cannot buy that from another market or another state and bring it to ours and sell it. That's the first thing. If it's a baked good, you can buy raw ingredients, but then you have to, through home cottage laws, be able to produce a product that's able to be sold. There's other things that happen from a farmer's market standpoint that are regulated through the state, whether or not it's an egg board or even, believe it or not, if you sell plants that are live rooted, you have to have a certificate. So we manage all of that. So something like t-shirts, we typically have always said no because it doesn't fall into our craft parts of handmade. There's great opportunities for it with a junk in the trunk or other things that we do, like the artisan fair perhaps, but not for our specific farmer's market. I can get everyone a copy of what those rules are if you'd like to see them.
Probably need them to allow that to,
That's what you're really doing is, according to your code 97.46, you're giving them a temporary permit to sell beer or wine there. And to answer your
No, that's not-
question,
no,
so that's not.
no, this is just to extend the farmer's market.
Oh, the farmer's market, it's not.
No, we'll get to that later.
Gotcha. Then never mind.
I was relating to, so we just.
Yeah, but you said that point.
Yeah.
If you want to start drinking before noon,
It's in that painting, right? So we previously, start on June
20th, correct.
Sorry. And so what we need is a motion to amend that to start on June 6th.
Correct.
I'll make a motion that we let them start on June 6th.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, a second, to allow the farmer's market to begin on June 6th, the Saturdays, and running through the time that was previously approved. All in favor? Aye.
What's the last date of it?
It's the first weekend in October, let me tell you for sure. The way it is right now, whether it would end on October the 3rd. You know, typically it's ended early because for some reason Mother Nature decides that we're not going to get water in sometime in August. So
Are you growing your calendar?
yeah, count watermelon are in the ground.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's what we-
Yeah.
And then if we're good on that, then the second thing, it was brought up in our April meeting from both of our organizations when we did our breakout session. And I just want to bring it up formally tonight. And that's a request that we do something about not necessarily increase in traffic that we're seeing on US 40, but there is definitely an increase in traffic and including wide loads. But what our main concern is not only the wide loads that are coming through and the speed in which they're coming, but the number of stoplights that are continuously being ran throughout downtown. I had an instance for myself personally where the light had already changed and one car came through. I kind of looked both ways. I started to go, so I had enough time to let a car come through. A second car almost clipped me. And it had nothing to do with sun. It merely had to do with the amount of speed which people are traveling in our downtown market. For last, this year in particular, have done a lot of walking on US 40. It's my walk route. And I continuously see the flashing light where they're above a 35 or 40 mile an hour speed on my walk on most any vehicles, especially as they're coming downhill, heading east on US 40. And that doesn't matter whether or not we're talking about regular civilian style cars, but we see an increase for the amount of wide loads that are coming. So my concern there is that it's a wide load to start off with, which is taking up more than one lane of traffic, and the speed in which those guys are traveling for their weight. There's no way they could stop if a kid, especially as we get in the summer, a kid decides, follows the rules, and he sees that the pedestrian sign changes and he goes across there. One accident would all it take to have a horrible impact on our community. And I would just ask that we do something from a town standpoint or from a police standpoint to really crack down on that, because somebody is going to get hurt. I would expect this is going to be the way for the next 2 or 3 years as all this traffic on I-70 continues.
Dylan, is it not true if they have a police escort, they run the lights?
If they have a police escort.
If they have a police escort, they run the lights, which I didn't know that because I was being honked at to go through a red light to get out of their way. And I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of these, what I'm referring to, are not police escorts,
Yeah.
even
Okay.
for the wide load, or just the regular, civilian vehicles that are traveling on US 40. And I see it a lot for what I do. I know I've talked to several of the business owners who have a lot of slow time in their retail store, and they watch the lights a lot and they watch people go through. I think it's a serious issue that needs to be addressed. And so I would ask that we formally do that from both our organizations and then combine as who we are as a single organization as the Western Wayne Alliance. But I would really hate to see somebody get hurt. And the reality is it's not just going to be hurt. It's probably going to result in a death, especially with these oversized, overweight loads that are coming through.
Troy, I ride my bike a lot on 40 and I see the same things.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, and I believe in the last couple of years it's only gotten worse, and I definitely know it's only gotten worse as 70 traffic is hurt. So I don't know what we can do, but I'm coming to you as a town board to just say that our organizations, which represent a lot of the downtown, have a very big concern over what's going on. And is there something else we can do from a police standpoint or from a town standpoint? I don't know if we can even go so far as look into funding camera lights to be able to get this, but I think the more presence that we have and people getting pulled over for doing it, I think will have a big impact on it alone.
Yes, and something like camera lights, so the state
Yeah.
control, right?
Yeah, I would assume down on 40 would probably be, but we'll continue our enforcement action. And the nice thing is you have both of the day shifters that will be working during those times, and we'll continue our enforcement of those areas.
I know a lot of us will, while I'm working on paperwork, I like the two birds, one stone, at least US 40. And I think a lot of the community has came up and talked to me. So especially we do it right there by Becker's a lot on that downhill. We park a lot and work on paperwork when we have.
I guess, my suggestion is let's just review it and talk through it and see, come back with something on what you guys have decided, something like that is say, if we put that down and come back here and say, this is what we're going to do, that would be good, I think.
And I would just add, I think one of the problems is obviously, if you're local, you might speed a lot and you might run a light here or there. But really what we're capturing is that one-time user that's coming through. And that's really where a lot of the dangers is, because they don't slow down. Now we put up on both ends a marker saying if you're going faster than this posted speed limit. And I don't know that I've really noticed that it's helped slow most people down that we're talking about still running through lights. But I don't know what else we could do,
I
so,
was thinking-
but I do think it's kind of increasing.
I think they're frustrated because they've gotten on 70. And it's, that speed's kind of carried through the frustration. And
Most of these
they
people pass through.
really get to as quick as they can.
Maybe,
Not sure.
Thank you.
What would it cost to talk to the state or, I mean, to put up, warning lights, especially during events, but, it says you are being surveilled or you being, one of those big traffic things that either in the town that says, we are watching you, you're on, whatever, slow down.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's stupid, maybe it's the same thing as
No,
the
maybe
speed traps.
it's-
They
I
don't
think
really
that's a
good-
good idea.
Not traps, but speed signs.
You are being watched.
If we could, and that'd be done.
You can put,
That'd be a state issue.
event signs or something like that up with a flashing light on it, but as of right now, at least on, both ends of town, you have the, flashing speed light as I said, but most people know that, that's not, an enforceable thing. It's not taking a picture of their license plate. It's not doing any of those things. Really what I think is just gonna get people slowed down is active enforcement, which, we continue to do.
Well, we never sit at Hilltop, but sometimes we do. And the trucks just fly.
Yep.
Because they don't know that hill's coming, the ones that haven't been here before probably. And there's no way they're going 30 by the.
Yeah, and a lot of times what we run into as well is if you're used to seeing a certain speed of a car. So like what we run into in like our, small town streets, we'll be sitting somewhere and said, they're flying through here. And we'll have a car, the top speed is like 32, 33 miles an hour. But if you're used to seeing cars going 20, you see a car going 33,
Seems
that
fast.
car looks like it's going way faster.
Right.
Where we've sat on Main Street, I mean, I know both of us have sat on Main Street for hours and, we'll get someone going 38, 37, where, that looks faster than your normal cars.
And the bigger it is, the faster it looks.
Oh, absolutely.
but definitely plug through the stoplights, and that's.
Correct. And I will say that, that is a habitual issue that, we continue to enforce and I know myself and lights do town.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Troy. You're welcome to leave it.
I appreciate that.
We'll take a look.
I will say that during, especially with upcoming holidays, we do participate in the grant funded for traffic safety enforcement that we partner with the sheriff's office. So we will have extra hours allocated later on in the summer during the holidays here. That was it specifically for that, for
Okay,
enforcing that.
good. Thank you. All right, moving on to unfinished business. Progress report on blighted properties.
Just as long.
Hmm,
Mode. Talked to him, that cannot be saved. They've got to demo it. He wants to rebuild on that lot. Gonna keep that garage. Give him two names, two local contractors here to tear it down. He's getting quotes and then he'll be getting back with me on that.
The deadline to get it torn down. Yeah.
He's doing this as soon as possible. They were here last Monday to start, and that's when they figured out that the house is very unsafe. So wants to tear it down and rebuild. That lot is wide enough to rebuild on. The garage is good enough to,
so his intentions to demo it right away at least.
yes, demo it even after he put the new roof on it. It cost him 20 grand. So, so that is in the works. 229 Jones Street. Got a scope of work for that today. That was sold in a tax sale. They were waiting on deed stuff. Talked to him today. They had their company come in and mow the yard and their scope of work, they'll be in their timeline within the next month to start gutting that and rebuilding on Jones Street. That yellow house on Jones Street, which is,
That'd be a huge
Horrible.
improvement right there.
it's just horrible.
Wonderful.
I did get, communication with, Mr. Steele at 403 Walnut. He does have 60 days. He agreed to that to get that fixed. Otherwise, we will start unsafe building on that. The,
When did the 60 days start, Joe?
today,
Today?
the 311 Parkway House, Seth ran a check for me on that.
to see what it was. Their LLC was reinstated March 12th. Their addresses were different. Their principal address was Miramar, Florida. And their mailing address was Pembroke Pines, Florida, but it was a different address than the mall thing they had, building that they had. That was abandoned that you saw.
We checked and for the tax, I was gonna hand this to you tonight, we checked Friday. And the tax statement address, which is what allowed we can do, is this 17794 Southwest Second, Pembroke Pines. So that's the address I would use.
Okay, that works. I will send the second letter and tell them that if we don't hear it, then I will present it to you as an unsafe house and it needs to be torn down. 307 Parkway, the house that is leaning on 309, that house is probably sold. I've not talked to the new owner. We'll know next week what his intent is with that house. Either way, that is going to have to be addressed and more likely torn down. 140 East Church Street, left 2 messages with them. They have a sign in the window to call for mowing and maintenance on that house, but I have not gotten in contact with them yet. I had to call a couple of places for not mowing. Those have been addressed. Cox has been mowing quite a bit around here for those very high lots. Same with 222 West Front. Dan rolls in here, looks, he knows what is going on, so I'm probably gonna have to send him another letter for that. Let's get him rid of that. It's just an eyesore. I've gotten several complaints. I've sent letters. People tall grass, trees in alleys, gotten stuff back. But making some progress on that. And soon there's by 117 East Church, still waiting on that deed work for whoever bought that for that tax sale. Once they have the deeds in their name, that's when they can start.
Joe and I had a good meeting and we went through the 3 different kind of categories. The one that's just unsightliness, the one that's in a building, the one that has overgrown weeds. And then on the unsafe building where we can ultimately do self-help, went through this process of the first warning letter and then his determination if it is unsafe and what the remedy is and whether a hearing is required or can be asked for. So I think he's putting a good spreadsheet for each one of these properties, which he's going through now, but I thought the meeting was helpful, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So how many properties on here are actually considered unsafe right now that are going through the steps?
What I consider unsafe?
Yeah, that are,
That are ready to go through the.
that are getting ready to go through the steps, or already in process.
Let's see, 314 West Main,
Yeah,
140 East Church, 311 Parkway, 307 Parkway, 403 Walnut, South Walnut.
And have these been
These are-
places that you've actually sent, you've made the determination and sent them the letter, or you're in the process?
No, I'm in that process to
Okay.
send that. Now that we understand, well,
The 314 West Main, even though tear it down, you saw his.
I have not because I've made contact with him. I mean, if he
So then
doesn't,
we
if
can
I don't
take
hear
that.
from him shortly, then yes. He does not want to abandon that property. He wants to build on there. They have several homes built. They have a website and they're doing good work. But
I know they have several that they're trying to do.
yes, I mean, these guys got ripped off big time. They lost a lot of money and had to go through lawsuit and everything. And this guy still wants to do in Cambridge. I do have another guy is calling and asking about these properties to tear down and put duplexes in. A lot there, 2 of them on Parkway over there. He is very interested in doing that. I'm waiting for his paperwork, his email to come back through from his office manager. He's got 18 going in Newcastle right now. So he wants to send that to me so I can present it to you guys and we can go from there. To clean up, get something going here.
I can contact Sarah Mitchell again to, and see for sure what about the 2 properties that we have coming to us and the deadline again, make sure everybody
Okay.
get it.
They extended it out a year.
Yeah, I think we're on the year now, so we should be okay until the end of the year.
Anything more on the Presbyterian church? They were talking about a duplex there too.
I haven't heard anything there. They did finally mow that. Actually Cox did that last Thursday. After I talked to several real estate agents about them not having people here to maintain their properties, but we'll see if they stay now.
That's a lot of
That's a
work.
lot.
Thank you. So,
One quick question on the house across from the Goldie Center that the garage is collapsed. Is that?
Yes, he is addressing that. I have contacted him. He just has shoulder surgery, so he did get it mowed. He is very aware of the situation he is addressing.
Okay. Moving on. The feral cat project, Gary, is that you?
yeah, that's me.
Okay.
You can't. tie
Mike
it.
too, but he's not here, so I'll be the representative with my fat time. So far, 53 cats in Cambridge City have lost their reproductive rights. And so we feel pretty good about that. The local ladies, Amanda Roberts and Andrea Foley, are doing wonderful and rounding them up and catching them and bringing them back. And we've had a lot of community help. They've still got, they keep sending me pictures of stray cats and different colonies, so we've still got more work to do. We're waiting for our last set of invoices from the last event, which was last week. And so we'll see how much money we have left in the account. So Cambridge City, we're continuing to look for donations. So send your money to the city building. But happening, and I think we've treated a lot of the cats for illnesses and such. So we feel good about lessening their suffering. So anyway, that's where we stand right now.
Very good. And it looks like we have $100 donation. We need to
Oh, yes.
accept as
Motion to accept the donation from Philip and Georgette Langholz.
I would second that.
motion and a second to accept the $100 donation from Phil and Georgette Langholz for the feral cat project. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Phil and Georgette.
Mhm.
And then update on cemetery land. You got something on that, Joe?
I did get a quote for that for them to get started, which is, I did not print that off. I apologize. They are out of Knightstown. They will come in here and look at what we're wanting and get it started. It's $26.50 for that initial startup and plot it. And then it is $125 an hour for their field work to come in and GPS each plot. I just need to know if you want to carry on with that.
Sheesh.
Whether it's just one section in the back or what we want to do, if we want them to, I'm talking behind section, that circle section 16 for that area and do one section. I just need
How much for each
How many,
grave?
yes, sir.
yeah, 125 an hour. So how many they get?
Oh,
No, not each. Oh,
I thought, what the heck?
No, 125.
no, it's in
an hour.
125.
How many can
What
they do
can they do in an
in
hour?
an hour?
That I would think they would be able to do quite a few. This is what they do. They
Well,
just
we
did-
need it. We know we need it.
They just
We're
did
running out.
Hagerstown, apparently. Did you talk to Hagerstown or did I mean?
Hagerstown.
Did Hagerstown just have theirs done by this company? That's the last one where I talked to them. They did Hagerstown. If it did come to do it for you. Okay, maybe not. I'll redo that, but I have the quote in there in the office. I apologize for that, but.
So can we do anything about that without?
Well, maybe we need to know the name of the company, whoever it is that you're approving, if you want to approve it tonight, or if you're just looking for the go-ahead, and then you can approve it next month's meeting too, if you, whatever you know, do, but you do need the company, and it'd be nice to have it in mind to see it.
I mean, how important is it to get it going like right now? Or
No, you could probably wait till next month.
Yeah, we can do it next month. I mean, we
As
still
long as the
have,
quote's still good.
Yeah, the quote's still
30
good.
days.
yeah.
I was gonna like to know about how many they could do in an
Yeah,
hour.
that's what I was wondering.
I would think we'd want to put a cap on it.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
yes, and that's why, like I said, I did not print that off to
So-
bring it to you guys.
What does the 2650 do?
That gets them in here to set basically the corners and see how we want it laid out. Specifically how we want it laid out. And then they will,
And then the rest of it is.
would be
actually
plotting,
the-
yeah, how we want
The
it.
grave sites.
Yeah.
Will they offer ideas? The 2650?
It's basically what we want, how we want it set up.
2650.
Well, let's bring that in next month and the quote and
I'll send it to you. I'll send you guys an email so you can see it.
get an idea of what the
Yeah.
top cost would be.
Yeah, I can sip off.
That's what he said.
56.
Okay.
All right, next month.
All right, on to the new business. Looks like we have another $100 donation from Phil and Georgette for cemetery. Is
Yeah,
that right?
yes.
I'll make a motion to accept that donation as well.
Have a motion and a second to accept a $100 donation from Phil and Georgette Langholtz for the cemetery. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And then looks like we have some donations for the car show.
Mhm.
Motion to accept all as listed. Okay.
Second, to accept donations of $50 from H&R Block Cindy Pruitt, $25 from McGowan Insurance Group, $250 from American Legion Post 169, and $500 from Wayne County Foundation for the fire department.
Then he gave me a check for $100. They were in memory of Gina Gum, so if we want to add that to,
Who's
for the
that?
fire, from Mike and Vicky Gum to the fire department.
Okay, so we have an
So we can add an
additional
additional $100.
100 from Mike and,
So amend the motion to include that additional amount of $100 from Phil.
A second, if it hadn't been seconded.
all right. All of those, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? By the way, the $500 donation from Wayne County Foundation came at the opening to the Price Park Pavilion and was kind of a surprise.
Okay.
So they just handed the check over to Jeff with the.
They told me I couldn't keep it.
Then he comes to me and he goes, "Get your purse here." Like, why?
So that was very, very nice surprise. On the new business, we have a request to close the alley behind the Amy Beck's home at 39 East Main for graduation and Eagle Scout party on May 30th from 12 to 7.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Jeff, is there any issue with that, just for the?
No.
No.
But the one thing I do on us 4th Street during the thing, I noticed it definitely is a need to close Parkway Drive
Yeah.
during those
Yeah.
events. We don't have mistakes down there. There's a lot of kids running around.
He took barricades, but nobody set them
Nobody
up,
set
so
them
they
up.
were.
Yeah,
they were
I was wanting to make
pissed
sure, I wasn't exactly sure where we'd left that at on that. so I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But
I
definitely,
noticed that. There were kids running.
Did we get a second for this?
Second.
Yeah.
I have a motion, a second to close that alley, on May 30th from 12 to 7. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And congratulations to their son.
Yes. Did you guys notice the box that he made, the
Yeah.
$5? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Great.
big deal.
Yeah. I've used it already.
Yeah. Well, some people have.
It's got a lot of flags in it.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does. Did
There's a
you
lot.
get a hold of the American Legion?
Probably. Right out to it's pretty cool.
It's full.
Last thing in new business is the land bank board nomination. So, as we know, we did, vote to participate in the land bank, and as part of that, we get one, member of their board. And I sent that out to everybody, and, really, nobody came back with names yet, but I got a couple that I've to see if there's interest. We really need to get them. I don't know. if you guys are okay and just turning that, let me assign that, I can do that, but no, we really have to get moving on it, so. Unless you've got maybe one on it. Yeah.
So the two names we talked about are gonna work?
There's one definite possibility there, yeah.
I don't know if it's a secret.
Hmm.
Eddie wants to know if it's a secret.
Well, until they agree, yes, it's a secret. I just talked to him today. So to do that, we need, motion to just
Well,
let me
what
assign.
you're asking for is a motion to allow you to make that appointment.
Yeah.
That would probably be.
Yeah, that's what I think. So if you want me to do that, or if you'd rather have another meeting, we can do that.
Well, do they need it before next month's meeting?
Yeah, they're trying to get the meeting started so they can start it together, so.
I think I know who it is, so I would vote to, or I would make a motion to allow you to sign the name.
A little, yeah. I mean, I guess I'd be more comfortable to.
Or your current.
To allow you to reach out, because I think the law says that council shall appoint
Yeah.
rather than you. And so maybe you could reach out to them, get them to be kind of a temporary hold, and then to be confirmed at next month's.
Okay.
I feel that's.
Sure. Okay, we wouldn't really need a motion to do that.
No,
I'm okay with that, that's fine, sure. Okay. Yes, now we get to go to, so at the grand opening for the pavilion, we did approve Pilgrimage Winery to set up there and sell wine. Everything went smoothly. I had a long conversation with them. They really want to be a part of the community and want to be involved in things. And I even squeezed them a little bit for maybe some donations. So they would like to, and the Cambridge City Main Street or West Wayne Alliance would like to allow them to set up again for these events. The concert on June 13th, concert on August 8th, and the concert on September 12th. So what we're proposing is the exact same thing that we had for that meeting. So they would set up north of the seating area. I did change the hours because the concerts, I think, go from 6 to 9. So I said start at 5:30 to 9, or the conclusion of concert, whichever is earliest. And then the wine would be kept in the confines of the complex. Pilgrimage carries a liquor license and insurance, and then we'll make it contingent on a signed local alcohol sales permit being secured before the event, which they're aware of and they've done many times at other events. And then Western Wayne Alliance would be will hire security for the events as well.
Do you have to have that insurance or anything on file here, or they just, when they're asked for it, they have to produce it?
yeah,
Or do we need it?
no, I would ask that you see it beforehand. And what you're really doing is you're considering them to be, you're granting them alcohol use permit pursuant to your code for that specific event. And to answer your question, there's nothing in here about exclusivity. So if someone else asked to do that, there's nothing that says you can't grant multiple alcohol use permits for the same night.
And the only reason I raised that before was we'd have talked about a beer tent. And this is a wine.
Yeah.
I think that's really been presented. So
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't know who does beer tents anyway. So. Sure somebody does.
Is it that hard?
Yeah. No, it's very easy.
Yeah.
So contingent on the local permit being secured, which Richard signs off on.
You'll be giving, granting them an alcohol use permit for those 3 nights.
Motion to approve that.
Second.
as presented, the alcohol.
Use permit with those conditions mentioned.
Very good, thank you. And what are the staff reports? Joe, you have anything else?
Got it. For over the new fuel tank. If we want to do that, we can save litter. Down there.
Do we have internet service?
Yeah. Yes, there is. We have internet service at another building. Wi-Fi down there.
During that group, or do you have it just because of what we're paying extra for them to get at the moment?
That would be,
No,
it
that's-
would be 24 hours, so.
That's part of what's supplied with the already,
Okay.
so, yeah.
If we want to do that or not, just got a price for that, but then they're at the park.
So this kind of came about because of gas prices
Yeah.
going up, you know, obviously, we don't like what's down there, and it really isn't, it needs to be secured a little more.
Plus
Secure.
safety,
Mhm.
those open
Right.
doorways.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, so just got the quote for it, and decide what we want to do.
Well, we have some money in edit, right? That-
Yeah, we have some.
Good.
Yes.
You would, does he need to make this happen? More quotes or just that one?
Promotion.
No, if it's, is it a service or you buy material or service?
We're adding on to what they did in the park and here, right? It's the same company
Yeah, it's the same,
and
but no, it would be
we just
separate, it would
didn't
be
get
down
covered.
for the military, it wouldn't be separate particular.
Would be
And we
separate?
own the
Okay.
cameras, right? That's
Yeah.
like the ones in the park.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
So this is a purchase of new cameras then?
3 new cameras, yeah.
Okay, then it is material that we probably do need to at least get a couple quotes to do if you want to involved, but the quote process would be by
So at least two more,
at least one more.
one more quote, okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Probably, I'm gonna have, All About Asphalt come in, they're still the only company I got to get a quote from to fix Lincoln Drive and Delaware.
So he's having trouble getting another quote for that.
Where they had a water, like, in it.
So, to get an additional, then you can do that.
I think we need to.
They are giving, they will honor that quote. I just have to schedule it.
That's gonna be repaired. I just. I just,
You can tell, I'm surprised nobody has really complained.
They
But right
they
there,
are complaining.
Right there is where those buses turn.
Yeah.
And we have filled it in, fill it in, fill it
this is
in.
really just to finish a repair on a waterway.
The Christmas,
Then I go ahead and you can approve that with motion.
I complain under my breath every day, 2 or 3 times. So
thanks for not bringing it to me. Bring it enough, Kurt.
Joe, who was the person and what was the amount?
All About Asphalt, Breach Paving, $9,600. For the All About Asphalt.
Does anybody want
Motion.
Second.
to, have a motion second to, approve the, quote for $9,600 with All About Asphalt to finish the paving at Lincoln Drive? All in favor?
And this is in addition to all the other paving that's gonna happen.
Yes, they will be here in
Does that
June.
need to come from the street budget since it was a water repair?
Well, it could be. I mean, if it is a water repair, that'd be
Extensive.
That was a new, yes. Very much.
Okay.
that's in your general fund.
Yes.
So lousy to
Was here last week, did a walkthrough. They'll be here in June.
That it?
I think that's it.
Thank you. Jeff?
I won't guarantee you that, but it'll be a problem.
Good. Great. Police Department?
The only thing Richard wanted to report was just
Is we closed on Walnut, here's a check for $7,450.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Certainly. And the only other thing I have is,
I think we should send him a notice of not mowing or something. Just get him started. No, that's right. I'm kidding. It's gonna be good for you to take care of that.
Adam McWessler had pointed out that there is a potential $1 million interest-free loan associated with the water tower project, but there are some technicalities to it. We have to prove that our engineering contract was procured in a proper method. And we're almost there, but one of the requirements was that we advertised for that, or at least notified the public of that. And we did not because they were already on site with phase one. We just moved into phase and allow us to eliminate that one requirement. Jim and I are contacting people with RNC that is granting this, and so their administrator we're reaching out to, because we met all state law requirements on the contract. They are a competitive bid that was negotiated, because I even made requirements and changes to their contract. So we met all the other criteria, but for the fact of notifying the public that we were putting out a bid for, not a bid, but offer, trying to get offers for that engineering contract. Hopefully, if we can get around that, we may be able to apply for that interest-free loan on top of our other financing with the water tower.
Did you get my email?
I got it right, I was on my way out. Okay. That's why I was a couple minutes late reading yours.
Oh, come on. That it?
Yeah.
Jim King, you got anything? Gary, anything else? Debbie?
No.
Jerry?
No. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think that is it then. We have a motion to adjourn. Motion second, all in favor?
Hey.
What do you do?
I'm gonna ask questions after this. Yeah.
To the